Hi folks, good morning. Although it's evening here, but we're getting ready to do a Christmas breakfast of a type. And I've got lots of help here tonight, and I'm just sure it's going to be an excellent breakfast. You're going to enjoy it. This year is somewhat different than the normal Christmases because of COVID. And so we're doing some things for safety reasons. But nevertheless, we're going to have an excellent breakfast. We're going to have a delicious breakfast. And it's coming together a little at a time. And tonight we're going to start with our sausage gravy. There'll be some biscuits along the way, probably some fresh tomatoes that'll be sliced. I'm sure there'll be juice, there'll be milk, there'll be coffee, there'll be hot tea. Might even be iced tea, if somebody wants iced tea, okay? So in any event, we're going to get started right away with our gravy here, and then with a little help. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sous chefs. Not sewer chefs, but sous chefs. Okay, so in any event, we're going to get started here, and we're going to have some breakfast together today. So let's get with it here tonight, all right? We're going to start out with sausage here, okay? And this is pretty simple. We just simply open the package here, put it in the skillet, and begin scrambling the sausage. Then we're going to put the sausage over here. And we're not going to be very polite. We're just going to pinch it off and put it in there. And let's see, I didn't turn my eye on here. Let me do that here, okay? And let me see, where am I? There I am. So this takes a little while to heat up. But after all, it's Christmas, we're not in any hurry. So we're going to put a whole pound of sausage in here. And Nana may tell me that this skillet is not big enough when I get all this sausage in here, but we're going to cook it down. And when I cook it down, there won't be near as much of it. The volume will be reduced somewhat. So we simply take a fork and we just start mashing the sausage down this way. And this is not a real fast food dish. It takes a while to get it going, but it will get going here in a bit. And in the meantime, if one of my sous chefs could get some biscuits over here out of the freezer, and we use the frozen biscuit as our favorite, except whenever we have homemade biscuits, and we don't have that very often because Nana says she doesn't know how to make a good biscuit. But nevertheless, they're in the freezer over there somewhere. Okay, see what's happening to the sausage? It's beginning to cook a little bit, and in about 5 to 7 minutes, it'll start crumbling up. Can you hear it sizzle? Can you smell it? That looks pretty good right here. Now this year, I'm demonstrating this, but next year, I'm going to depend on my granddaughters and my grandsons to maybe take this job over. And then I'm sure she'll have her part in it, because when it comes to scrambled eggs and hash browns and maybe hash brown casserole, she'll be doing her part there too. Let's see, let's go back up this way a little bit. And we cook this down till it's just about medium well. No lot of pink or red showing in the sausage, but just cook them. I have a flashlight here.
So Papa, what's your heat on? Medium?
My controls
High?
are a little in the shade. I have a hard time seeing them here. Let me see. I'm on medium here, I think. On medium. Thank you. And when we get through playing with the stove here, be part of this that our camera people may want to edit out.
Do you always use the fork?
Do I always use a fork?
Yeah.
I do. And the reason for that is it mashes the sausage up and gives me a nice crumbly sausage. And sometimes when I stand too close to the stove, my glasses fog up and I can't see what I'm doing. See the sausage how it's crumbling up? See it? Okay, we're just about ready to take another step here. Here's it. Just about ready to receive the flour.
Is that all-purpose flour?
All-purpose flour, that's what it is. It just works waterplay.
What size is that?
About a third of a cup, but I'll put about 2/3 of a cup in there. And sometimes the flour misses the skillet and hits the stove. I've been known to do that a few times. And then you just continue to stir it in. You notice the sausage is fairly lean. There's not a lot of grease in here at all. But if a little grease shows up, that's okay. That's just good seasoning. If a little of it scatters on the stove, don't mind it. It'll be fine. It'll clean up after we get through cooking. See how the flour is folded into the sausage there now? See? And you don't have a lot of white lumps showing at all here. Okay, I'm liking the looks of that. Now for the milk.
How do you know when the flour is done cooking?
Well, when it's folded into the meat that's cooking, then you know that you're ready. No white flour showing. And this is a simple dish. It's sausage, flour, and milk. And normally I don't add any salt or pepper. I let the one who is eating the gravy. Okay, I need some more milk. I know I need some more milk.
What's the ratio, Joe? How do you know what?
This is not exactly a scientific dish. You do it by pinch and by maybe a little measurement, like 1/3 of a cup of flour, but you just kind of do it until you know that it's right. And now this part, you don't cook fast, because if you do, you'll scorch the milk and it won't have a good taste, okay? And for the sausage, we clean the sausage packet out. We don't leave any there. And sometimes we'll end up with a little sausage patty like this. And we may even cook it later, okay? No waste. Waste not, want not. That's what I've been told for a long time. Waste not, want not. Thank you very much.
How long is this going to cook for?
Well, probably for about 10 minutes on low heat. Is what we cook it, and not real fast, because if you do, you'll scorch the milk. Okay. And while that's cooking, I can even clean up the stove a little bit here. Okay. A little bit.
What happens if you don't stir it?
If you don't stir it, then it can scorch on the bottom. So that's one of the reasons that you want to stir it, so that it won't scorch on the bottom. Let me get a spoon here. The biscuits that are in the oven over there will take about 20 minutes. I don't know how long they've been in there. I'm saying probably about 3 or 4 minutes.
That's right. I put them in at 48.
Okay, we do have a little fella here that will tell us what time. to take them out, okay? You see him? He's been around here for a while, and he helps us out, keeps us from burning food, okay? I haven't given him a name yet. I think he's supposed to be a penguin, right? Okay.
He looks like Philip.
That's a good name for him. Philip the Penguin. Cook your ham like that where it has high salt content. I put it in a skillet just like the gravy skillet here and boil it in water for 2 or 3 minutes and then pour the water off and then maybe switch it to another skillet and just brown it a little bit on the outside and that way it's ready to go. Yeah, when the skillet begins to boil, or the contents of the skillet, keep stirring, and that way you won't scorch your gravy. And then you may want to turn your heat down a little bit. See how it's bubbling there? See it? That's what you want to see. Okay? All right, and we'll just let it cook for a little bit.
How do you know when it's ready?
Mainly by the viscosity of it, how thick it is or how thin it is. So it's coming along pretty good.
So the longer it boils, the thicker it gets?
That's true. That's true. Now, I like it just a little bit thicker than that, but everybody doesn't like it thick. Okay, now I've got a lid somewhere around here.
Here.
Okay, thank you. And I'll move that off with a hot eye in just a minute and kind of let it sit. Okay. Now, with it boiling like that, you don't have to worry about contamination or germs because there won't be anything in there that will cause salmonella poisoning or whatever, you know. It just won't. Okay, I'm gonna call that mayonnaise gravy pot because it's just a little bit thinner than what I usually make it. I like it a little bit like paste, you know, like wallpaper paste. You know, so the stick paper on the wall. But I guess the gravy would have lumps under it, so, you know, you won't want that. Okay. So the gravy is pretty well complete. See, it's still bubbling just a little bit. Although it's off the eye, it's still cooking. And that means it's going to thicken up a little bit. All right?
Your mom used to tell me, Joe, that you and Brenda would fight over what kind of gravy she was going to make in the morning. You remember that?
No.
She said
It's been too
that,
long.
that you wanted thick gravy and Brenda wanted thin gravy. And whenever you all got up, however the gravy turned out, the other one would always be mad. You made it for Joe. You made it for Brenda.
Okay, I need a bowl over here to scramble eggs in.
There you go. So,
Break the eggs here and
all right,
start
good
scrambling.
enough.
Scramble them, then we'll cook them.
Okay, let me go to do. Okay.
Well, why don't we do about 6 or 8 to begin with?
Okay. And you need a little butter on that. Okay.
What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
I think my favorite Christmas tradition is getting together with the family, and I know this year is going to be different. But to know that you're there and that everybody's okay just means a whole lot. We're going to put a little canola oil in there.
Canola oil.
Yeah, just a little bit. And may end up putting a little butter in there too, okay?
Is that how you always make them?
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I fry them. So sometimes we scramble them, and people around the table say, I'd like to have a fried egg, so we fry it. And sometimes I add a little cheese to them, like grated cheese, and maybe even just a smidget of milk. And turn the skillet on about medium. Let it warm up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Let me get a spoon out here, please. It was a little bit hot, but I'll turn it back on medium. A little below medium, I'll let it cook up.
What's the trick to a good soft scramble?
Just don't cook it too much. Just don't cook it too hot or too much.
You ever put milk in it?
Occasionally. Occasionally I do.
So do you stir it constantly or occasionally?
Pretty much while they're cooking, I stir it. And that way it keeps it from forming like a pancake or something like that. You get too done on one side and not done on the other side. If somebody wants to find me a dish to put these eggs in, because the eggs and the gravy and the biscuits are going to be done about the same time here. I think I saw some sliced tomatoes over there. We'll have some sliced tomatoes. And probably on Sunday morning, some of you will want to have some, maybe even some fried apples to go with this. And then I usually buy them at the store. We find the Lux brand of fried apples. Now that egg is kind of a soft scramble right there, and it's ready to take up. Okay? And they'll keep cooking right after you take them out of the skillet.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the sous chefs and the chef Joe, who's done a wonderful job cooking today, sausage and gravy and fried eggs. And we really appreciate that, and the biscuits look wonderful.
I'll have to admit, this is the first time I ever cooked in front of a camera. So, okay, but thanks, Jack. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate it, all right?
The preparation for breakfast has been his job for several years. And so this is the first time that we've ever filmed it, but he gets up early on Christmas morning and starts his gravy and sausage, and so by the time kids get here, usually they're all hungry and ready to eat. So I'm sure that's going on at your house too. So we cook eggs to order. Sometimes daughters-in-laws bring hash brown casserole. Maybe they might bring a Danish or a fruit dish or all those things that make breakfast fun. So link sausages are always easy. So whatever you want for breakfast to make it enjoyable for your kids. We hope you enjoyed breakfast at Nana and Papa's today. So thank you, dear.
Have a good day. Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Sarah.
And we love you.
This whole idea of cooking in front of a camera, give Margaret the credit for that. This is her brainstorm. And Tim's help, he's around somewhere. But in any event, thanks, Margaret. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate your help.
Love y'all.
All right, love you too.
Thank you very much. We love you all too. Have a
Now we're
good
going to
Christmas.
see if it tastes good.